everyone, welcome back to Muscular Development. My name is Lauren Lotte and I'm with the amazing and fabulous Emma Hyndman.
Woo! You always give me the best intros. I just absolutely love it. Thank you so much. How are you on this bright and breezy day?
A lot more chipper. I was really tired earlier and I had about 3 cups of coffee.
So this is fun fact. Lauren likes to use a particular type of milk. Can you see this here? No. And tell us why this is your particular favorite, Lauren.
This is because Ashley Coldwater uses it.
She's such a fangirl.
She
Cute.
does.
I like that. It does taste really good though. Mm-hmm. We were just having this conversation about what alternative milk works best with coffee. Now, I'd usually opt for an oat milk because I feel like it just mixes a little bit better. But surprisingly so, this almond milk also works really well. We should get some kind of sponsorship for this.
Definitely.
Giving them a little plug.
I do like.
Send us free stuff.
Yes.
And we'll promote it on the show.
Yes.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm really good. Really good. I'm feeling well rested. We were just chatting before and I can't remember if I've been on the show since I've been on holiday.
I can't actually remember.
We can't remember. So I had a really nice little break in Portugal, managed to get away in between being allowed to fly and not, and all these kinds of restrictions. So I'm super pleased I was just able just to have a break. So I went away for 6 days. I went to Faro in Portugal, which was just beautiful. So I just rested. As if you don't know, had a little bit of an eye issue for a little while, where I pretty much had blurred vision in my left eye for quite some time, which is 95% recovered. And I just found out it was just due to exhaustion and also just a lack of potassium as well.
Wow.
Which affects the eyes. So yes, but apart from that, I am back in business.
That's good.
Yes.
So Emma's eyes are okay.
Yeah, because I can't be like, a one-eyed posing coach. That just wouldn't do well for business, would it?
Oh my, I can't comment on this one.
No.
But no, on other news for what we're going to be talking about today, I just wanted to quickly say, hey, I feel like, again, we haven't done this in a while. So it's been getting back into the groove of things.
Yes.
And
we had a little technical hit. Do you know, sometimes we were supposed to film last week and sometimes it's just not meant to be. For one reason or another, the universe just has different plans for us. Yes. And ironically, when we were supposed to film last week, I was really, really tired. I had quite a busy weekend and the universe was just like, it's not happening today. So we had to reschedule. And thankfully, I'm kind of pleased because I feel fresh and ready to talk about some exciting stuff.
I don't feel as fresh.
You don't? Tell us why.
I'm on prep.
Woo! So little secret is out. You are in prep and you are looking awesome.
Thank you.
Any kind of indication of a show day or?
So I'm definitely going to be competing this season, but I haven't nailed down my show yet.
Oh, I like it. She's leaving it all open for us to guess. Maybe we should run a competition. Ooh. Oh, when's Lauren going to compete? I like it.
You never know, guys. I could step on stage at any time.
Anytime. Well, after we did the show performance for FitX and you decided just to hop on stage on the same day, I've kind of learned that you are quite spontaneous.
Yes.
And anything is possible and anything can happen at any time.
Definitely. I just also want more stage experience and I just, I want to come in better condition. But I will say one thing, I have stalled a bit over the week.
You stalled.
We were talking about this as well. We're just saying how important it can be to have a refeed sometimes and just to just help speed up that body.
Yes.
Again, so.
Yeah. So how long have you been in prep so far?
So since the FitX, which
since
would
FitX.
be, what, 5 weeks?
Yeah, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, sometimes, the body just slows down a little bit. The metabolism slows down and you're managing your own prep now, right?
Yes. I've just been a bit put off of honestly being coached right now with certain things. And then I just need to take a bit of a break and do it for myself, which I think I have accumulated enough knowledge now to be able to do so. But I do have the wonderful Giles Tiger to help me and drive crazy when I ask, am I lean enough yet? Or do I drive you crazy? Yes.
Oh, he's nodding in the background.
So sorry. So yeah, like it's okay. But eventually I would like to look into coaches. But for now, I just need to take a break.
Yeah, I think as well, you know enough, you know yourself. And I also think it's a really great learning experience. Yes. And you are in quite a good position that you've got a great pool of people around you who you can kind of, obviously you've got Giles, you know, I know you said you had Phoebe and Nathan look at your pictures as well. Obviously I'm always happy to look. So I think you've got a good enough support network.
Thank you.
Just to, if you've got any, you know, little reassurances or if you want, you know, just pick someone's brains, it's all there, isn't it? So
definitely. And also I kind of want to do it to prove to myself that I can. Yeah. And also because with online coaching, I want to be able to show people that I can do this. You know, I don't always rely on somebody else to get me to a place. Like I have enough motivation and the knowledge now to be able to do it for myself. Why not? So let me just push it.
Yeah, I pretty much prepped myself after my first year of competing. I had someone that kind of looked me over and gave me like little bits of advice here and there. But I really think you get to a stage where you do know yourself. So I think it is good to do a season where you do prep yourself. So
exactly.
And imagine how much of an accomplishment that'll be if you get your pro card on your own merit.
Okay.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I better work really hard then. So,
no pressure.
Yes, no pressure for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys can see it in my face a little bit.
Yeah.
That I am trying to.
The face is looking chiseled.
So that's good. Now just to get the rest of the body to look chiseled. It's all good.
It's there. We did. I had a stage coaching seminar at the weekend, and I threw Lauren and Phoebe on stage.
So good.
Because you know. Stage experience is really important and you just can't get enough of it.
Yes.
And yeah, both you and Phoebe looked fantastic. I know you're a little bit further ahead in your prep. Yeah. But I'm excited to see both of you on stage whenever that may be this season. So yes, and of course the posing's going to be on point.
Absolutely, with the guidance and help of Emma Hyndman, aka the Posing Pro.
Woo!
No, and let's just talk about your workshop quickly because I think it's just so awesome how you have put that together.
Yes. So basically, before lockdown happened, I wanted to do a stage coaching workshop in a theatre. Then COVID happened and I wasn't able to book a theatre just because of dates and when they were opening up to allow a certain number of people in. So I kind of had to really think, okay, how else can I do this? And I thought, I know, I'll just build a stage in a studio. Luckily, because of my background with dancing and performing, I've worked with a lot of production companies. And one of my friends, he owns a company called AV Matrix, and they build stages. Ooh. And that could just be for like a corporate event. It could be for a big festival. So the magnitude really varies. So first of all, I thought, oh my God, how much is this going to cost to build my own stage? But luckily, I could kind of do it all within a budget, and I'm very lucky that I have people that will take care of me and help me out. So yeah, we built a stage in a studio, which was really cool.
Really cool.
And in hindsight, it actually worked better than being on a stage in a theatre, because it gave me not only the stage but also the studio space, because I built a stage in a big studio which two of my friends own, and it's called Dance House, which is also a super cool like dance studio where they have lots of different things going on. So I have the beauty of the stage and the studio. So it meant that I could almost hold like a little bit of an expo as well with yourself there. So in the first one we had Buff Bombshell. So you talked all shoes, accessories and prep for the day. I also had in the first one Katie, who was Jamie Johal's other half, talking about makeup. And I also had Defiance Donuts there as well.
Yes.
So it kind of became like a little event, which was pretty cool. And then I invited a panel of judges just that are reputable coaches within the industry. And you also sat in on the judging as well. And it really isn't about the physique, very much so about stagecraft and presentation, because I think not just as a first timer, but as an athlete that is experienced, you cannot get enough stage time.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's precious. I think even as a performer, as an ex-dancer, you know, even we need more stage time, because you don't get enough rehearsal time on stage. So that's really just what I wanted to give to athletes, whether they were first timers, whether they were experienced. And then on top of that, they also got the opportunity to go over their posing, their basics, their fundamentals, alternative poses with Phoebe. Yes, as well, and then we could bring it all together on stage. So it's a 4-hour workshop. The first half of it is all about posing and stagecraft, and me walking each category through exactly what they'll do on stage, each federation, how it varies. So we cater to all. It's a big day. It's like a 4-hour workshop, but it goes really quick, doesn't it?
It does. And you don't just cover like the posing, but you cover the comparisons, how the girls walk on, walk off stage, sign off, which I found a lot of the first times they don't know how to sign off.
No.
So they end up just like looking like this. And I think it's so important that they've done that, because now they have that experience to be able to take it with them on stage and be a bit more polished, which is, you know, at the end of the day, that's what you really want to present yourself in the best way possible.
Exactly.
So, but some of them were amazing, and it was just great to see how some were like maybe 4 weeks out and then 13 weeks out. Yeah. So there was a big
range.
Yes.
Yeah, big range of athletes in there, which is great to see. And I also think that it's just really important just to master as much of your craft as you can. And I think a lot of the girls, they found it very invaluable.
Yes.
Just because you just don't get that opportunity. So yeah, it was another fantastic workshop. I cannot wait to do another one. And now I'm kind of thinking, oh, what can I do next? Like, you know me, I'm always thinking creatively, what can happen next? So that was a really great workshop. And you, as I said, I threw you and Phoebe on the stage to do some of the IFBB posing, which was awesome. How did you find like sitting and judging and giving the girls feedback?
I learn so much just watching other people pose, and you pick up on things when you watch other people. So you're like, oh, they're not twisting this glute, or they're not squeezing this part right. Maybe the face needs to be on all the time. So you learn so much just by watching other people pose. And that is such valuable insight as a competitor, because then you can take it away and be like, you actually remember it. So everything that I've learned with you, I was able to also just watch other people and be like, okay,
you can then start to see it.
Like why is this angle not
doesn't
right?
Pop right. Yeah,
exactly. So it's incredible.
Yeah,
I actually love it. I'm gonna be a judge one day.
It's so much fun, and I'll manifest it. Yes.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that's exactly it, because that's another reason why I make the girls sit down and watch the other girls on stage, because it's really important that we train our own eye, so they don't always need someone like me going, pop this, squeeze that, engage that. So I want people to essentially fly the nest and be able to see what I can see and what needs correcting. And as well, that's what just adds to an athlete's overall performance and presentation. So we had Nathan Styles judging, who also this time he gave individual feedback afterwards to all of the girls, which I think also is really important, because on the day, because there's so many girls, it's hard to give individual feedback, so it's an overview. And then I also had Josh McHale, who is someone that I've always worked on and off with for the past 6 years. And I really respect him as a coach as well. So it's always nice to have him there just to give his insight. And then also we had you on the judging panel and Meg Sylvester as well, which was really nice. She gave feedback to the girls on their presentation as well. It's just something I'll just continue just to grow and evolve. And I'm definitely definitely hoping to do another one before the end of the year is up.
And
I want to make it even bigger.
Do it.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Sparkles everywhere.
Sparkles and everything.
One thing I can say is posing in your room is so different to posing even on a stage workshop in front of people with girls watching you. You know,
it makes you nervous, right?
It is so good. I don't know how to explain it. It's just so good to have that experience before you actually do the real thing. Because we've had some horror stories. I've got some
horror stories like of my own, and I always felt like every time I competed for the first probably 2 years, I was like a sponge. Literally, because you learn so much. It's like when you start anything that's completely new, there's a lot to learn. You can't physically implement everything straight away. I mean, it's very different now because there is so much more knowledge and content available for girls to watch and all athletes to watch on YouTube and social media. There's a lot out there, so you should actually be stepping on stage at a much higher level. Absolutely. But when I first started competing, there was no one doing any of this, talking about stagecraft and presentation, and I had to learn on the job.
Right.
Which I think is why it took me 3 years to win a show. 3 whole years.
So yeah, practice your stage craft and presentation and get it nailed down.
Yes.
And then on to competitions, because I think that brings us into the competing area of things. Let us go into... Should we go into the UK Arnold's first?
Yeah, so let's just talk about the shows that we have going on, that are up and coming. So the most prominent one is the regional show for Two Bros, which is on the 4th of July. So yeah, that's very soon. What, 10 days or something like that?
La
10,
Familia.
12 days. La Familia. Is it the La Familia show? Yeah. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So yes.
So I was going to say, do you want to bring up some people that we know competing in this? Because we can bring up their Instagram profiles for you so you can check them out. These are all amateurs, and basically they're going in so that they can go for pro qualifier later in the year. Yeah,
so basically I think you yourself will know about this because I know you've been chatting with Two Bros, because you couldn't access any of the Two Bros accounts, right, on Instagram?
No, I was oddly blocked on both my personal and my business account, and I didn't know why. I don't know, because I've competed with them as an NPC athlete and I've promoted them. I've got girls that purchase to go and enter their shows, and I love IFBB, and they are technically part of this huge umbrella of this federation that we love so much. So I don't really know why, and I had to email them to find out. Because
you couldn't see anything, like you couldn't have a look on their Instagram and for updates and things like that?
No, really crucial updates. So for example, I want to compete this year and I had to find out some information. Now they do a lot of lives, so if you are an athlete, I would recommend following them, especially here in the UK, because you're going to get a lot of extra information, which is why it's so important to be able to follow these accounts like Two Bros Pro _events, Two Bros Pro Media. You need to follow these accounts so that you can stay up to date. But unfortunately, I just couldn't.
Did you get a response as to why you were blocked?
No. But I now have access, which is great. So I now have updates for myself.
This is good. Yeah.
As an NPC athlete registered with them.
Awesome. So, so you should have access, really. Like, that confuses me as to why, someone would be blocked. But I think I'm blocked.
Yeah. I don't.
Controversial topics here on the show.
Yeah. So, but we support the Two Bros Pro. We're in the UK.
Yeah, of course. Like we talk about the show all the time. It's the only UK promoter for Two Bros. So we fully support them, and obviously we feature them on the show a lot.
And we have girls that we work with that compete in these shows all the time.
Yeah.
So it is important to us that we, we give them the promo.
Absolutely. And I think it's really important in this industry that we support one another, because we should be working together and not against.
Absolutely.
But yeah, like obviously I work with a lot of girls in the studio, posing wise, so a lot of them do compete at Two Bros as well. But you know, you hear things through the grapevine like, don't pose with this person, go to this person doesn't know what they're doing. And I just think, you know, let athletes make their choices. And no one should be influenced over who they work with in regards to how it would affect their placing on shows.
Exactly. And there's more than enough room in this industry for people to succeed in their own way. So just make your own mind up as the athlete and enjoy your time on stage, because I tell you what, no one's going to walk up on that stage for you at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Even if it is 10 minutes.
10, 15, you know what I mean? 20 minutes. You don't get long on that stage.
It goes by very quickly. It's about enjoying the entire day.
Yes.
Just
absolutely.
Take that in mind as well.
So we've got a couple of athletes that we just want to give a shout out to that are going to be competing at the 4th of July. So one of them is, shall we start with Sophie Brewster?
Yes.
She is going to be competing in the wellness category, which once you've done a regional, just in case you don't know, it allows you then to compete in any other show across the world. So once you've done your regional, you just get that pass almost. So Sophie is competing in the wellness category. She looks fantastic. I haven't worked with her, but she's got a lovely physique. So I think she'll do very, very well.
One thing that's interesting about Sophie, she was bikini. And she was struggling to get her legs down. I spoke to Eddie, her boyfriend. And he was saying, you know, she just she swapped into wellness and they've exploded. So she's definitely a lot more happier in this category. This is going to be her first wellness show as well.
Wow.
So for her, this is a big deal, but she looks great.
She looks fantastic. Really nice. So that'll be exciting to see how Sophie does. And we also have,
I think she's my height.
Is she your height? She's small?
She's little.
She looks like a pocket rocket.
Yeah. So here is Sophie and Eddie.
Yeah, so I have been working with Eddie, oh my gosh, since he did Muscle Model. And he was a fantastic muscle model. He's a very handsome guy. So he's got that great overall package, and he is coached by Nathan Stiles, who I also work closely with. So Eddie competed. He transferred over to Classic Physique last year, and he's on my YouTube channel. And is he any of my tutorials? No, but we've done a lot of studio sessions together. So Eddie will be competing on the 4th of July as well in the Classic Physique division. He has massively improved this year. He's added on some mass and he looks fantastic. So we're really hoping for that pro card this season. But he looks fantastic, and I must say him and Sophie have done some amazing photo shoots, and they're so creative. So just go back up to the top. I just love this. Very, very creative.
I like his pants.
Leather. We like a bit of PVC. I've got a pair of leather pants like that.
Ooh, I've seen them.
Yes. But quite a little power couple we've got here. So best of luck to Sophie and Eddie that are going to be competing. And we can't wait to see how they do.
Absolutely. I think they have plans to then go into NPC Portugal.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Have to do the regional before you can do a pro qualifier, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So so that's pretty exciting. And I think we just want to give a little bit of a shout out to some other athletes that are going to be competing this weekend. Is it this weekend or the weekend after at
next week?
Puerto Rico?
So Puerto Rico Pro is this weekend.
Yes.
And
we've got, first of all, shall we go with Milena? Yes. So Milena is she a Buff Bombshell sponsored athlete?
Yes, she is.
Oh, and I have also worked with Milena when she first ever started to compete. It must have been about, oh my gosh, maybe 3 years ago now. We first started to work together, and she actually features in some of my tutorials as well.
I have seen these bikini level 1.
Yes, yes. So Milena is just, she's in it for the long run. She got her pro card, I want to say
2018,
19?
19. She was in a
19.
blue bikini. I just remember that much.
So, she got her pro card. Was it in the UK or Portugal?
I think she was...
UK? Yeah, it was a UK show. But she has... it's just been great, actually, watching Milena progress and develop as an athlete. She is someone who is really, really committed to the sport, and I truly do believe she'll have a very long career. She just gets better and better every time I see her. So she looks just fantastic.
Yeah, she's worked really hard this time, and she took a year off last year to grow. She did. And probably the best thing for her, seeing as how we couldn't really gym properly. But this will be her pro debut at Puerto Rico.
And I think she's going to do a few shows, right?
I hope so.
I feel like
she's
she
in
is.
Such good condition.
Puerto Rico and then maybe the Bahamas.
Maybe.
Because that's what Neil Curry is doing as well. Neil Curry's doing like a show. He's starting with the Puerto Rico show, and then he's doing a different show every weekend for the next 6 weeks. So Neil is someone who I've also worked with for a little while, and he looks insane. Like definitely the best he's ever looked. And he is a guy that also goes all in on his craft. He's actually working with, he has 3 different coaches. So he's got a coach for his food. He's got a coach for his training. He's got a coach for his water.
Okay.
Yeah. And he also works with Mofo Body Mechanics on all of his rehab and his stretching. And then I work with him for posing as well. So he's really committed to his craft, and he is desperate to get that Olympia qualification.
Wow. Like his teeny tiny waist.
Oh, his physique is just, you just couldn't sculpt that. Like, he's just fantastic. But when did I have him in the studio? I think he came about 2-3 weeks ago, and he looks sensational. So we did a bit of work on his side chest because it just wasn't sitting right for him. So if you keep flicking through, I think you'll see the corrections that we made. But yeah, he just wanted to perfect that. So if we go back up, here he is on the right. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So we added this in as one of his chosen classic poses because his lat spread is just sensational, and it's not a required pose in the mandatories, but obviously a classic pose of your choice. This is something that you can throw in. So he looks absolutely insane. I'm super excited to see how he does this season.
That's awesome.
Let's get him on that Olympia stage.
And then I'm just going to do one other little shout out over here. So this is for Daryl Rebess, who is a physique men's competitor.
Oh.
Now, I can't ever find this guy's...
When is he competing?
Puerto Rico Pro.
Oh, so another one. So we got is he a UK athlete?
UK athlete, and this will be, I think he's done a few pro shows, but this will be the first one this year. Again, took some time off last year.
Okay, yeah.
And just men's physique athlete, and
fantastic.
You know, I think it will be his first international show, not European. Trains at Crayford Weights.
Okay.
In London, and
we love Crayford Weights.
Yeah, we do.
It's such a good gym. Shout out to Paul Knights.
Yep. So good luck to Daryl and Milena and Neil.
Go do it, UK team.
It's amazing. You guys are awesome.
I feel like they're all bringing it.
Yes.
Which is just fantastic.
Definitely.
Super. So shall we so on top of so we've got the Puerto Rico show this weekend, and then we've got 4th of July, which is the La Familia show. And then in August, for the UK, we've got the pro qualifier.
So this is the women's British finals and the men's British finals as a pro qualifier here in the UK. So some lucky ladies and guys are going to get their pro cards.
Do we know how many pro cards are being given?
Don't know. Let me have a look on the website, because we've got the register 21. Here we go.
I wonder how many pro cards are up for grabs.
So let's go to women's British finals. Here, click here to register. Event info. Every category. but they do not say how many cards going out.
Okay. So I wonder, because sometimes it's just the overall, sometimes it's, you know,
it might be the overall,
just the overall
category.
in each category. Awesome.
Yeah, so
we love that. Bring
cool.
the pro cards to the UK.
Yeah. And then leading on from August, there are a couple of other shows in the UK.
Yeah.
Some regionals.
Mm-hmm.
But then jumping all the way ahead to October, we have the Arnold Sports Festival.
So
UK.
there's a lot of hype around this in the UK. A lot of hype. I mean, I've had a lot of people in the studio that are working towards the Arnolds. I feel like it's going to be a massive show. And I've also seen that there's been a lot of special invites going out.
Yes.
To lots of different athletes. Now, I just want to ask the question, like, how would you normally qualify for an Arnold? Because I know the one in Australia is extremely difficult to get invited to.
So the one in Columbus, Ohio, you have to be invited as a pro athlete, and you have to, I think you have to write in some sort of letter, and then they actually they select the athletes that they want for that year.
Oh, wow.
I'm not entirely sure how it works on amateur level, but only for pro. And I'm not entirely sure here in the UK
because I've seen
the invites, because we've got so few pros.
Yeah, this is true.
It doesn't make sense to hype. You know, maybe they're just doing it to hype it up in this way.
Yeah.
But compared
like a golden ticket, a golden envelope that's been given out. It's quite exciting.
That is super exciting. But again, for the amount of athletes, say, that we have here compared to the US,
it's a lot smaller, isn't it?
It is
our pool of pros.
Smaller. Yes.
So actually, there is no figure category here at the Arnolds.
No, I'm very upset about this.
Me too. Why? Do we know why?
I don't know. I was talking to, and I'm going to say it, Megan, and she is...
Meg Sylvester.
Meg Sylvester.
Yeah.
She's an IFBB figure pro. And she was saying that there's no figure category. She doesn't know why either. And I said, I'm absolutely shocked, because if you're going to have every category up there, why not have figure too?
Figure's such a popular, important category. Well, to be honest, I can't imagine why any categories would not be included. Would Giles? Would you know as to why? No.
And at the first Arnold's as well in the UK, the first one, why wouldn't you have every category? So that to me is a bit strange. I think there are quite a lot of figure ladies here in the UK that would love to do that show.
Yeah, we've got a lot of figure ladies and pros as well.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised at that. Very surprised.
And whoever wins their pro card in figure at Arnold won't be able to go into the pro show if they wanted to, because there's no pro category. So let's
if you know why, drop it in the comments.
Yes, I'd love
Let
to
us know. We want to know.
So.
Wow. Okay. So also, shall we talk about YouTube?
YouTube. Oh, but should we quickly say which athletes are going that we know of?
To where?
To Arnold's UK.
Oh, yeah, go on.
Okay, so just off the top of my head, Jade Kelsey, congratulations.
Oh, yes, Jade Kelsey. I've got Jade in the studio soon.
Jade is awesome.
Yeah.
Jade Kelsey, Phoebe Hagen.
Woo!
Petra Valdenova.
Woo!
That's about it that I know. But
there'll be more. So what we'll do is we will do a show specifically for everyone that is competing in the Arnolds.
Yes.
And we can just go through and shout people out and maybe get some of them on the show.
I'd love that.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love that. And good luck to everyone that has been invited as a pro.
Yeah.
And good luck to everyone that is competing as an amateur. It's going to be absolutely stacked. Like,
I'm super excited to be there.
Everyone that I know is competing at that show as an amateur.
Yeah, they are. They are.
It's going to be like, instead of 20 bikini girls, there's going to be like 50 in each category.
Yeah, it's going to be a big show. Big show.
So make sure you get your presentation right, because if you don't stand out in this lineup, you're not going to stand out at all.
No. Yeah, that is something that's really important. Absolutely. So I my YouTube channel, ThePosingPro. What I do is with this, do you know what, right? You know, when you start building something and you kind of just I didn't really think about my YouTube channel, or put that much time and effort into it, because my main platform is Instagram and then Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just kind of started, I listened to a lot of marketing experts, and I was fully aware that I needed to really start some sort of, some sort of like video catalog or just start putting stuff on YouTube. And just see there's a bit of a back catalog there, so people can, you know, start to find me. Because what I always think is, right, imagine the worst thing happened for your business, and mine would be, imagine Instagram went down. Yeah. You never know what can happen.
Yes, you need multiple media channels.
Yes, multiple outlets.
Yes.
So I just started building my YouTube channel probably maybe about 2 years ago. And I just started putting some little snippets of my tutorials on there, not really knowing what I was doing, but just putting it on so it was there. And then last year I started a studio series. Cool. Where basically it was like a fly on the wall angle where people could just watch what happened in a studio session. So I invited athletes in and I started a series. It went really well, which I've now been able to pick up again. Now we're back out of a lockdown. Yes. So I'd started filming. I think I've done 2 sessions. So I've got eight episodes that are going to be going back up onto my YouTube channel.
That's very cool.
And I'm going to be filming again next week. And I'm having, hopefully, fingers crossed, Callum from Muscle Mentors is going to come and bring some of his athletes.
Very good coach.
And yeah, he's a great coach. And I'm going to have Brandon Harding and his girlfriend Geordie. So you are super excited about this.
Brandon Hardbody, like, this is amazing. I've been watching this guy for a few years now. He's so young. I think he's got a lot of potential. Just really cool.
Yeah. So yes, I just happen to, and I always just kind of look for, you know, people who I think would be really great to feature. Yeah. And just sometimes people that I've not worked with before. So I've never worked with Brandon and his girlfriend, Geordie. So cool. Yeah. And obviously I know Callum. So I just saw that he was coaching them. And so I asked him, would they maybe like to come for just a video session? So that's going to be going on next week. But yeah, so the YouTube channel is there. There's lots of cool stuff on there. Lat activation, pose and performance behind the scenes, how to set up the power pose. There's Bombshell snippets on there. There's tutorials if you scroll down slightly. Now, strangely enough, I must tell you this. So all of a sudden, my YouTube just went parabolic.
I remember.
It went crazy. Like, I started getting notifications and the views were going crazy. I have one video clip and it's with Josh Coyle, who is an IFBB men's physique pro from Ireland, who I've worked with quite a bit, and he features in quite a lot of my early tutorials. And this is literally a 30-second clip. And I don't know why, but it's ended up with
1.7 million views. And it's a 51-second video too, you guys.
It's crazy. So clearly people really liked it. But the one thing I will say about YouTube is that you get a lot of trolls on there.
Oh yeah.
So many trolls, like taking the Michael out of my accent, out of how I look, out of how it's crazy. But on the whole, yeah, there's plenty of content on there. So many episodes. So I'm just going to keep adding and adding and adding.
Yes.
And then that takes us over to your YouTube channel.
Woo! So
tell us about this.
Has one video on there now, but
at the moment.
But I'm adding more stuff as we speak. Mm-hmm. Basically, a few years ago, I used to do a lot of makeup stuff.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I don't tell many people.
Why not?
It's so embarrassing.
How come? Why is it embarrassing?
It's like I used to do like tutorials and stuff. I actually do have a makeup artistry qualification that I got in Cape Town back in 2015. My sister's a makeup artist.
Oh, wow.
So we like makeup. And
So what would you do? Where have all the videos gone?
They're on private now. I just can't release some of them ever again. Basically, they were like just like little shopping things, or you get stuff and you
didn't
review
you say
things.
You get sent stuff?
Oh yeah, you get sent stuff for free all the time especially at the beginning stages.
Yeah.
Well, not at the beginning stages, but I think it was more like allowed, or people were just giving out stuff for free just to get their products promoted. Mm-hmm. And online?
I think like 2015 there was a lot of traction on YouTube, because that's when it really was in the early stages of influencers.
Exactly.
Then talking about products. And then I think companies realized, oh, this is a new thing. We need to really send out products and just use it as another platform, because people listen to reviews.
Yes, and that's how Gymshark exploded.
Yes.
They basically started giving out their string shirts when they were still warehousing in the dad's garage, you know, and then they exploded that way, and they were sending it out to YouTubers, and then that's how their brand exploded.
Yeah.
So this was that's how I was doing it, and now I will do it again. But I actually really do miss YouTube, and I have to say, being back on it with MD has just definitely
reignited that fire for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be doing all sorts of like shoe reviews and and jewelry, everything, vlogging, your prep.
I can even bring some of the beauty stuff.
Yeah,
back,
you could do more makeup tutorials.
Good Lord.
I need to see these.
But okay, so
can we just watch one on the show one time?
I'm not logged in on this one, but I'll tell you what, I'll show it in private. But no, definitely, I think it's so important, like you said, to have different multiple media streams. I don't know, you watch Gary Vee a lot, don't you?
Oh my God, I am literally, if you want to build your own brand and business, or you want to learn more about how to make a business grow, you need to really know about how to market and how to talk to your audience, and just different ways of marketing. Because this is really, I always try and explain to people, your social media, whether that's YouTube, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, they're your shop fronts now. Because a lot of e-commerce businesses, that's how they build their audience. And I think if you want to go far with your business, then you need to really understand how to market.
And you've tapped into this the posing niche, and you're very educational, and I think that's what they love about your stuff, is because, you know, you actually give them really good tips and actually like things that they need. And people need it. That's
the key with building brand. You have to give for free. You have to give.
I know.
Gary Vee calls it he calls jab jab right hook. Jab jab right hook. So so if you think about that with your content, he has a book, and it's called Jab Jab Right Hook. You need to read it. It's very valuable. But yeah, there's just it's really important. So I feel like I could do so much more, but I just don't have the tools to just do everything.
Tell me about it.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I need like a team. I'm like,
we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're getting there. But you just gotta, I think as well, if you're doing something that you really truly do enjoy doing, you just gotta play the long game. Like nothing becomes a success overnight.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that people do look at people that they aspire to be like, and they don't realize the run up to the success. Like, I'm 35 now. When I was 30, I was still living in shared accommodation. I didn't drive. I didn't go and do extravagant holidays. I didn't buy nice things. I worked like 16 hours a day, and people don't see that. And I think people now, especially with social media, it can actually be a negative, because people think that success comes quickly, and it doesn't.
Right. That's very important.
It's so important.
I'll definitely take that as
be patient.
Emma's wisdom.
Yeah, we have to be patient.
So it's all good.
Absolutely. So yes. Oh, and also we must talk about this.
How did we forget?
So this is the new Muscular Development magazine, which is the first time to feature 2 females on the front, right?
I think maybe 2 females, but out of this year, I think they only ever do a few covers in the year with women on it. Most of the time, it's big, bulky guys. So this time we've got the Miss Olympia Janet Leigh and Itila Santiago.
They are some hot tamales. They are hot. Woo woo. did you used to watch So You Think You Can Dance?
Yes.
So don't you remember when she used to say they're on the hot tamale train? Woo woo! You did.
Oh my God. But you guys, there's loads of stuff in here. It's been like, we have our awesome writers, Giles Tiger Thomas, with his what's your Europe stuff called?
MD Global
Muscle Talk.
There we go.
That's the one. Mass.
Okay,
I'm just Buzz. Oh, MD Global Buzz.
Got it.
Okay, I'm going to reread this later. But there's loads of stuff in here from Dr. T, Ron Harris, Steve Blackman. Everyone's in it. And they do everything from
How would you get a hold of this?
Bars. I was just going to say, well, you can buy it online and you can go to musculardevelopment.com and I think you can get your issues sent to your house.
Yeah, like sign up for a subscription.
Yes.
And it'll get sent to you.
Yes, but that's
cool.
Awesome things in there. The guys, they put a lot of time writing this and it looks spectacular. The photos, the layouts, everything.
Is it a monthly magazine?
Yes, it's a monthly magazine and this is volume 58, number 7.
Oh, wow.
So
wowza. So it's been going a long time.
They have been going for an extremely long time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So that's a lot of content for you guys. And it's really nice to have something physical, I think.
Yes, just to flick through, have a read. I do like a physical book and magazine from time to time.
Very cool.
Yes.
So you guys need to go check out Muscular Development and check out more of the YouTube because, again, everyone's putting out so much really awesome bodybuilding content for you. And, well, everyone loves it. So, we wouldn't be here if we didn't.
Exactly. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. And we will see you in the next episode.
Yes, definitely. You guys have an amazing week and see you all again soon.
Bye guys.